Hi, I'm Max.
Hi, and I'm Denise.
And welcome back to another edition of Urban Lifestyles. We've got another great show for you today, and I'm excited about it. How about you?
I am too. It's always some good information, and thanks to you all who come up and let me know how much you enjoy the show and the segment. So thank you.
Right, so give her props. We're going to be talking about a couple of great features today. One thing, one of the legendary drummers of all time to me, and that's Stix Hooper from the Jazz Crusaders. Also, we did a piece with LG&E because they always keep us abreast on the many different things that are happening in the community. So we'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
We're more than an energy company.
We are mothers,
Fathers,
neighbors, and friends.
Working hard when the weather is good.
and even harder when it's not.
with online updates to keep you safe and informed during a storm.
Programs to save you energy and money.
And new projects to help us provide cleaner, more reliable energy.
We are more than an energy company.
We are LG&E.
We're LG&E.
We are LG&E.
Our energies go to serving you.
The Derby City Jazz Festival happens August 10th and 11th at the Iroquois Amphitheater. We'll be doing it in the park with Pieces of a Dream, Marion Meadows, Adam Hartley, Lindsey Webster, Julian Vaughn, and more. And for the ladies on Saturday morning, it's Fabulous and Fit After 50, a women's empowerment brunch with national fitness expert Donna Richardson and a women's panel. For ticket information, go to DerbyCityJazzFest.com, Better Days Record, or Iroquois Amphitheater. The Ville's got its swag back. You know, I had an opportunity to go and meet and spend some time with, I'm telling you, he got me through college. He was a part of the Crusaders, one of the original founders, but Stix Hooper, I thought I was a drummer. I never really was, but just having the opportunity to talk with Stix Hooper was really cool. So take a look at this. Well, you know, I'm having the opportunity to interview a legend. It's Mr. Stix Hooper, who is one of the founders of one of my groups that got me through college, the Jazz Crusaders. The Crusaders have been around for forever, and you are the man that made it happen. And I just have to tell you, it is definitely an honor and a pleasure to meet you, and welcome to Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, thank you, man. It's good to be here in such a progressive city. People like yourself, not only who have appreciated our music, but into community involvement and helping make the society have camaraderie and building things, man. That's important to me. That's why I'm here, why I flew to town.
Right, and tell us a little bit more about how you connected with LCCC to come here for this event.
Because you got a spokesperson by the name of Kevin. He kept twisting my arm. I don't know if it's still there, but he convinced me, and he showed me his enthusiasm, not only about the group, but about the city and about what he's trying to do. And I said, well, maybe I can do that. And it gave me another reason to pay tribute to my legend, Muhammad Ali. And so it was just many reasons, man. But I'm so glad that I'm here, and I'm so glad that I could do what I could do, and to see the young generation, to let them know it's a little bit more about music than what they've been hearing on the radio, you know?
So, tell me, when you all started the Crusaders back in the 50s, did you have any idea that you were going to have the phenomenal success that you had?
No way, but I was confidential that we were doing something that was unique, but I didn't think that, like I said, we were going to be famous from Rio to Tokyo, and wherever we land, anywhere, there were crowds just meeting us at the airport. But the music was speaking, whether it was the rhythm, the melodies, the musicianship and the solos. And like I said, and whether we landed in Rio, Tokyo, Hamburg, Brussels, Bern, Amsterdam, and I said, did we really do this? And even to the fact that we were invited to play with the London Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, and we invited BB, our good friend, to play on the show. No, I didn't envision it to that big, but sometimes the craftsmanship, I guess, and musicianship has some longevity.
And when you look at what you all have done, you see some of the other artists that are up and coming now. What is some of the advice that you would pass on to those new artists?
Be dedicated to your personal craftsmanship and your principles rather than getting to what I was telling the young lady, into the music industry. Because industry means making stuff that's saleable on whatever conditions that makes it palatable, or whatever word you want to use. But believe in yourself, because it has sustainability, like that word we're using today in our society. And eventually you'll have a legacy because it will be lasting.
And I'm looking at you, and I had to Google, you are 80 years old.
Oh yeah, every one of them decades, brother.
And I'm like 80 years old, I'm watching you up here, and I'm like, how do you manage to keep that going? Because you are who I want to be when I get 80.
Well, I don't know, man. It just music keep me well, you know. Because, I mean, a lot of the people are still around, man, you know. Like Kenny Burrell is way up there in the 90s, you know. I mean, just music is, I don't know, music has some kind of therapeutic thing. And I don't know, I wish I could answer that, but I feel good. I feel like I'm 40, whatever, you know, I feel good, man.
So what's next? You've done everything, so is there a next?
Well, the next, immediately after this, I'm going to Europe. I'm doing some showcases and stuff over there. I'm leaving to go to London and Paris and Barcelona. And these kind of things I'm doing, I'm not doing big performances as much, you know.
Sure.
But, you know, just kind of in the educational factor and just be around, man, until the Grim Reaper calls me. I don't know, whenever that is.
Well, I'm telling you, I have to say, Mr. Hooper, this has really been a pleasure and an honor to meet you, and continue doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you for supporting me and supporting your community. And I wish that this is a catalyst to make people even move further into appreciating music, quality, musicianship, and community camaraderie.
I'm here with Kevin Fields, who is the president and CEO of LCCC, and I have to commend you. You just put on a great event with one of my all-time favorites, Stix Hooper.
Mine too. And this week has been a dream come true, Max, to be able to interact with a jazz legend, Stix Hooper, a founding member of the Crusaders, and I was raised on that music, and it's a part of my DNA. So it's been surreal, the experience of hanging out with him, cruising down the streets of Louisville, putting the music on, and listening to him tell the story behind each song that comes on. It just was a phenomenal experience. I've been just blessed to the highest degree with having this experience with Stix this week.
I'm sure it had to be. So tell us a little bit about how the partnership came about and what were your expectations for the day, for the time that he's here in the city.
We were honored that he accepted the invitation to come and be a part of some of the neighborhood redevelopment work that we're doing here in West Louisville. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a vision that begins with what's going on here at Old Walnut Street, a vision to really transform the economic conditions in this part of our community. And it begins by creating destinations for people to come to have unique experiences. So we wanted to do something that was very unique, and the whole idea of doing a jazz clinic and celebrating Black Music Month just sounded like a good idea. Right. So we just put it to the test. He accepted the invitation, and it's been kind of a magical experience. Just for me, it's been a personal blessing, but I think for the community, it's something we can build on and begin to think about ways to really enhance this. You know, Stix is the only surviving member of a legendary group, the Crusaders. So I'm talking to him about legacy building. I'm talking to him about maybe how do we institutionalize that whole genre of music that he helped to create for America and for the world. And so if we can do something like that magically here in West Louisville, just think about the impact that could do for our community. So that's kind of the big picture behind this idea. And in the short term, we got a restaurant here. We're doing musical and theatrical performances here. We're building a Grand Lyric Theater, a community-based theater. So it's about creating those kinds of innovative, transformational developments here in West Louisville that speaks to the future of what this community can be. You know, so I'm proud of that because I grew up in this neighborhood, and being able to provide leadership to transformation is something that I'm really...
And be a part of the team that's giving back.
Absolutely.
Right. You know, what I can't believe is that this man is 80 years old.
I can't either, but the name Stix Hooper, and so I wasn't really into drumming back then, but he was so outstanding, it just drew everybody in. Yeah. And then the music back then, like you said, it was phenomenal, but you would think as a drummer, oh, he had full command of that instrument.
He really did. And listen to just some of the Crusaders music, like Keep That Same Old Feeling and all those other just cool songs. And of course, we took that one, Keep That Same Old Feeling, and changed it to You Ought to Know, Keep That Kappa Feeling. So it was a great time. We'll take a quick break and back with more right after this.
Guyana's #1 station for R&B.
Can we swim a lake by the ocean?
Magic 101.3.
Give me that green light. With your permission.
We're live, local, and Louisville. Magic Magic 101.3, the home of Steve Harvey and Morning Show. We are.
You know, what we're talking about this week with LG&E is something a little different because they were literally like blowing things up.
Yes. Exciting.
It is. That's right. So take a look at this. Well, I'm here with Liz Pratt for another segment of Energy Matters with LG&E. First of all, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Right. Well, a lot has happened out here at the Cane Run plant since we were last out here. We've seen the Peregrine Falcons. We've been out here for other different things, but we're out here for something totally different today. So talk to us about what went on June the 8th.
We closed a pretty historic chapter here for our company when on June 8th we brought down the last standing portions of our retired Cane Run generating station.
Okay, so that station, what did it provide to the city when it was operational?
Yeah. Construction began in the 1950s on our what's now retired coal-fired generating station, and so at its peak it produced about nearly 1,000 megawatts of power and employed about 500 people. So it truly was a cornerstone for our community. It was, generating the power that was needed to help spur economic development and growth here. So it really was a little bit bittersweet to see this this facility be brought down on June 8th.
And you look at what it took to build it, all the different people that were employed, but the implosion itself was something that happened pretty quick.
Absolutely. So as you can imagine, this type of demolition work required months of planning and preparation. And our goal was to bring down the now retired Cane Run generating station in a safe, controlled, and environmentally sound manner.
Okay, so you accomplished that. So now that the facility is down, what's going to happen with the space?
So the structures and equipment are being deconstructed on site first, then hauled off for recycling. Once this process is complete, we'll bring in soil, and the former plant's footprint will be converted into a grassy field.
Okay, and that grassy field, how will it be used in the future?
So this is still our Cane Run property. So it will still be part of the plant property because on this property we also have what's called our Cane Run 7. This is our natural gas combined cycle unit. So this will still be part of LG&E's property, but that space will become a grassy field.
So, as we talked about, the original unit went dark in 2015. So now we've transitioned over to the new gas-powered unit. So what's the major difference for the consumer?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we retired our coal-fired Cane Run generating station in June of 2015, and that same month we brought on commercially available what's standing behind us, our natural gas combined cycle unit known as Cane Run. And so this unit is now one of our primary generating units within our fleet of power plants that delivers power for our customers. So across our fleet, we have coal-fired generation, we have natural gas, we also have hydroelectric and solar. So all of our units work together in concert to deliver safe, reliable service to our customers.
So is there one of all of those different types of processes that we would say is the wave of the future, or will all three of them always be a part of the combination?
Yeah. We're continually looking at ways to be efficient and to invest in our systems. And so our units work together in concert. So that's a very synchronized process to make sure that we're being as efficient as possible and delivering safe, reliable power to our customers.
It's kind of seemed like that you all have lost a family member when this plant went down. So tell us a little bit more about the process, what it all entailed.
Well, as I mentioned, there were months of planning and preparations. That included everything from monitoring weather conditions to day of wind direction. We worked with a nationally renowned demolition contractor who does this type of work, and it also required some preparation, such as taking down some of the outlying structures and the internal electrical equipment and taking that out first. So there was a lot of preparation that was required to get us to June 8th, and when our retired coal-fired power plant, those last standing structures were brought down.
And I know you were on site when it happened, so what was it like being a part of that experience?
You know, it was a little bit bittersweet to see that piece of our company's history, but also just to recognize too how long it's been a cornerstone in our community. So, you know, it had a 61-year run, and so, you know, within a matter of minutes, you could now see over to Indiana, which was pretty incredible to see how synchronized and how efficient that process took place.
And I'm sure it was an exciting time, and then when you look at the video clip, it's just really amazing to see how those kind of things happen. So tell us some other things that are happening within the world of LG&E that's good for the customer as it relates to getting into the summer months.
Well, this time of year, as you know, temperatures start to increase, it's always great to visit our website anytime. You know, this type of year, we're offering tips on things that customers can do as the temperatures rise. We tend to turn on our air conditioners, and they tend to run longer. So, you know, as always, if you were interested in learning more about either our Cane Run work or tips for this time of year of things that you can do at your own home to be energy efficient, you can always visit lge-ku.com.
And a couple of things that I have learned in talking to you all is that you can also cook as much as you possibly can outdoors using a grill or something like that. Make sure you're in safe, open spaces. See, I remember that as well. And to also make sure that you regulate your thermostat, either when you're home and when you're away from home. Anything else I'm missing?
You know, another great thing to consider is, you know, with this time of year, if you can air dry your clothes, you know, if you want to go ahead and you hang your clothes out on a line, so that would, you know, decrease the amount of time you may need to use your dryer. That's another great tip to take advantage of this great weather.
You know, that demolition project, it was just really, you know, it's really fantastic how they're able to put everything on a timer, and then everything just kind of collapses the way that it's supposed to. And it was a sight to really see.
So I think it's exciting because to me that means that transformation and progress is ongoing.
Yeah, and you know big things are going to happen.
Absolutely, yeah.
We'll take another break and back with more right after this. The Derby City Jazz Festival happens August 10th and 11th at the Iroquois Amphitheater. We'll be doing it in the park with Pieces of a Dream, Marion Meadows, Adam Hartley, Lindsay Webster, Julian Vaughn, and more. And for the ladies on Saturday morning, it's Fabulous and Fit After 50, a women's empowerment brunch with national fitness expert Donna Richardson and a women's panel. For ticket information, go to DerbyCityJazzFest.com, Better Days Record, or Iroquois Amphitheater. The Ville's got its swag back. One of our partners is Ivy Brito, and one of the things she's been doing is keeping us abreast on things that we need to know about homeowners, auto insurance, life insurance, and more. So, Ivy, what do you have for us this week?
Hi, welcome to today's financial segment. I'm Ivy Brito with State Farm Insurance. And as you can see, we are in this beautiful neighborhood because today we are going to be talking about homeowners insurance. I want to talk about 3 key components of your policy that you need to make sure that you understand. Your home is most likely the most expensive thing that you'll ever own, so it's important to make sure that you know what's covered and what's not covered. First, let's talk about the dwelling component. That is the replacement cost, and by that I mean what does it cost to build your home back to the state that it was in before there was a fire or tornado or whatever your claim may be. Replacement cost is different than market value, so make sure that you also understand the difference between those two things. The second thing that's important to note on your policy is your personal property coverage. What does that mean? That is your furniture, your clothes, your appliances, your TVs, anything. Imagine if you turn your home upside down that would fall. Those are all things that are considered to be personal property. That's usually a percentage of your dwelling cost. And the last important thing on your policy that you need to understand is your personal liability coverage. That helps you cover any legal costs that are associated with any claims that somebody may have against you. One example that comes to mind is a pet bite. If they bite somebody and they decide to take legal action against you, your personal liability coverage on your home will help with some of those costs. So dwelling coverage, personal property, personal liability coverage. I also want to mention your deductible, because that could either be a percentage of the dwelling costs or it could be a flat fee. And that's also something that you want to make sure that you understand before there's a claim. There are also some things that are not generally covered on a homeowner's policy, and that is flood insurance and earthquake insurance. They are available as endorsements, so you want to make sure to contact your insurance professional to see what costs are associated with those endorsements. So that's all I have for today about your homeowner's insurance. If you haven't looked at it in a while, get your policy out. If you have some questions, call your insurance professional. I'm sure they'll be glad to review it with you. Join me next time for a segment on permanent life insurance. Max and Denise, back to you.
So, Ivy, thanks for that information. Yes. Great information that she's sharing with us as homeowners.
As always, and when I think about our girls asking us questions about, their place and being insured, and these are just some, I call, peeling back the layer of information of what we still need to know.
That's right, and we can never have too much information because, as you always say, information is
power.
We'll take another break and back with more right after this.
Hi, I'm Tendra Osborne, the One Water Customer Care Manager. I currently operate both the MSD and Louisville Water call centers, supervising the staff with the day-to-day operations. I've been in this position for about 8 months now. With the company, I've been here 6 years. The work environment, everybody is fun and energetic. We're all like a family here. As far as the work, we enjoy working with people within the community. Also internally, we just love face-to-face customer service as well as internally in the call center. Myself, I've held 3 positions within the company, so there's always room for growth. I do get a lot, how are you a customer care manager dealing with the irate callers and the things of that nature? How can you do that type of work? And I tell them we receive more good calls than we do bad calls, I should say. So that is the biggest question that I get. When we get that customer that's totally happy and appreciate the service they receive, we enjoy getting the kudos, the pat on the back. We send that information out to the department to kind of like a recognition for the department. So we do enjoy receiving the pats on the back and getting the warm and fuzzies when customers are appreciating our service. Actually, I've tried many different states, their water, and Louisville is always the best. I would have to say Louisville Water, the best pure tap in the United States.
So we are about 60 days away from what?
The Derby City Jazz Festival, 4th year in for 2019.
You are correct, and we also have something new that we're adding to the lineup, and that's on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. at the Hilton Garden on Crittenden Drive, and it is called Fabulous and Fit After 50, and it's for the ladies. So what's that about?
This is more than what it sounds like, but it is about being fabulous and fit in regards to areas of your physical, your mental, emotional, financial, basically being insured and prepared for the years to come. You just have to come out. It's going to be fabulous because this is going to be information we normally don't have an opportunity to do. And then there will be a lot of talk going on amongst the panelists, as well as those of you in the audience.
And and our featured speaker is Donna Richardson.
Yes,
and she is an expert in the fitness field, and she's been on ESPN. She's traveled over 42 countries, and she's written books, and she's just pretty fabulous. So make sure, if you don't have your tickets, go on the website, derbycityjazzfest.com, to find out more and get your tickets.
Yeah, because we want to talk about where the journey of life has led us thus far and what's yet still to be.
Right, and then that night, well, that evening, that afternoon,
There we go.
we move into the Derby City Jazz Festival. And we have coming up, we've got Lindsay Webster, who is a fantastic vocalist.
Yes, she is.
She has really just broken on the scene the last few years, and she is literally killing it. We have Nick Coleone, one of the greatest guitarists that's out there as well. Who's some of your
showmanship.
favorites? And the showmanship. Who's one of your favorites?
I would say Pieces of a Dream. All of them are my
Yeah,
favorites.
all of them are, yes.
New guitarist on the scene, Adam Hawley.
Adam Hawley, who is definitely going to be great.
He blew me away a year or two ago. If you don't know about him, or if you do, you still want to come hear him.
Right. And then we've got Reagan Whiteside, who is on the
Flute.
The flute. You are
trying to-
correct.
like he's
It
trying
was
to-
just
I know
a
my
test,
music
just
and
trying
my
to-
artist.
Just a test. And she is going to be great as well.
Flowers.
We've got Eric Darius coming
Oh,
in.
yes.
Yeah.
Another
And we've
fave.
got Julian Vaughn on bass. And the list goes
And
on.
Marion Meadows.
Oh, Marion Meadows, who is like our brother and
Yes.
family member.
Yes,
so
he is.
it's just going to be a great time. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, make sure you go to DerbyCityJazzFest.com. You can go to Better Days Records. You can go to Iroquois Amphitheater and pick up your tickets.
Not a bad seat in the theater.
Nope.
It's going to be marvelous, and the upgrades they've made, they're so state of the art. This is upscale.
Yeah.
Okay, this is definitely
Right.
upscale. Yeah.
And the great thing is you're covered from the heat and from the elements.
Yes.
And we're going to take another break and back with more right after this. The Derby City Jazz Festival happens August 10th and 11th at the Iroquois Amphitheater. We'll be doing it in the park with Pieces of a Dream, Marion Meadows, Adam Hartley, Lindsay Webster, Julian Vaughn, and more. And for the ladies on Saturday morning, it's Fabulous and Fit After 50, a women's empowerment brunch with national fitness expert Donna Richardson and a women's panel. For ticket information, go to DerbyCityJazzFest.com, Better Days Record, or Iroquois Amphitheater. The Ville's got its swag back. Well, you know what? I think that's our show.
And that's our time.
And we'll be back here next time on Urban Lifestyles. And don't forget to get your tickets for Derby City Jazz Fest.
And ladies, Fabulous and Fit After 50.
Yeah, and you don't have to be over 50 to come.
That's right. You either know somebody that's 50, about to be 50, just whatever. You need to come and get the information.
I promise you, 50's in your future if you live long enough. I'm Max.
I'm Denise.
We'll see you back here next time on
Thanks
Urban
for
Lifestyles.
joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What must I do to make you feel secure? My love is all you need. I'll give my best to you. Just trust in me, 'cause I know.
The Derby City Jazz Festival happens August 10th and 11th at the Iroquois Amphitheater. We'll be doing it in the park with Pieces of a Dream, Marion Meadows, Adam Hartley, Lindsay Webster, Julian Vaughn, and more. And for the ladies on Saturday morning, it's Fabulous and Fit After 50, a women's empowerment brunch with national fitness expert Donna Richardson and a women's panel. For ticket information, go to DerbyCityJazzFest.com, Better Days Record, or Iroquois Amphitheater. The Ville's got its swag back.